William Blake is one of Britain's most famous and renowned poets. For the 19th century, today we'll be exploring his life, his influences, and his work.
What name do you give your child?
William.
What do you ask of God's church for William?
The grace of Christ.
You have asked to have your child baptized. In doing so, you're accepting the responsibility of training him in the practice of the faith. It will be your duty to bring him up to keep God's commandments as Christ taught us, by loving God and our neighbour. Do you clearly understand what you are undertaking?
We do.
We do.
Please stand. Lord, bless and consecrate William and Catherine in their love for each other. May these rings be a symbol of true faith in each other, and always remind them through Christ.
You take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity. In the name of our Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit. Go kiss the bride.
Blake has often been described as a romantic poet. However, it wasn't until the late 19th century that it became acknowledged as part of the Romantic movement. His influence and ideas are possibly the strongest of all Romantic poets, including Wordsworth, Shelley, and Keats. However, during his lifetime, he struggled to even be acknowledged as an artist or poet, as it wasn't until the late 60s that his work started to be recognised. A typical feature of Romantic poetry is the idealisation of women and children, and Blake specifically supported the concept of divine humanity. We see examples of this in his poem, The Divine Critics have interpreted Blake's Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience as the juxtaposition of the innocent, pastoral world of childhood and adult world of corruption. The Chimney Sweeper clearly shows Blake's idealisation of young children and casts the harmful elements of the Industrial Revolution in a negative light. Blake was also inspired to write against the ancient ideas of war between France and England and the French Revolution. This revolutionary spirit was a common trait in many Romantic poets. Blake's consistent reference to nature throughout his poetry is what characterises him as a pastoral poet.
The Angel. I dreamt a dream, what can it mean? And that I was a maiden queen, guarded by an angel mild, witless woe was ne'er the guard. And I wept both night and day, and he wiped my tears away. And I wept both day and night, and hid from him my heart's delight. So he took his wings and fled. Then the morn blushing rosy red. I dried my tears, and arms my fear, with 10,000 shields and spears. Soon my angel came again. I was armed, he came in vain, for the time of youth was fled, and grey hairs were on my head.
Away! Away! This is my house! This is mine! Damn the king!
Don't get down the king.
I'm going to hospital!
William, you were a great husband and a great man. You inspired many. I can't go on.
William was a great man, as Catherine said. He was a great husband. He was very talented, and I speak for everyone here when I say that may Jesus bless him for eternity, and may he rest in peace and be somewhere much happier than here.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. A real gangster type player plays his cards right. A real gangster type.
What does Sal Vincent's doing?
Real gangsterized players don't start fights.
Alright.
Brothers always got a high cap, showing all his boys how we shot him. But real gangster type players don't flex that. Cause real gangster like players know they got him. Now everything is cool in the mind of a gangster, cause gangsterized players think deep. Up 365, yo, 24/7, cause real gangster type players don't sleep. And all I gotta say to you wanna be, you should be eating jealous like pranksters, is when the shit jumps off, what the hell you gonna do? Damn it.
Critics have interpreted Blake's Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience as juxtaposition.
Oh my god, I loved.
Blake's consistent reference to nature throughout his poetry. Oh, so that's wrong grammar, I'm sorry.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Feeding the poor and helping out with their bills.
From a young age, William Blake claimed to have seen visions.
Now I'm in the US.
The first may have occurred as early as the age of 4, when, according to that one anecdote, the young artist saw God.
Town in a drop top Benz.
When God
in my
put his
glasses.
head
Now gangster ass players come in all shapes and colors. Some got killed in the past, but this gangster here was a smart one. Started living for the Lord and I
The first
laughed.
substantial
Now all
critical
I gotta
essay
say
on
to
Blake
you,
was by Algernon Swinburne, who viewed his work
when the
as a
grim
coup.
reaper steps up, what the hell you gonna do? Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Many view that a lot of Blake's work centers around mythopoeia and rebellion, especially in his prophetic works, which becomes more apparent when one looks at his writing and his art with a religious lens. This is explored by Northrop Frye in his critique Fearful Symmetry.
Brother knows the play.
Is that
A
what I'm
real
saying?
gangster type player gets the flies up the